Welcome to the Deep Dive. So today we're taking a trip, metaphorically speaking, to Ella in Sri Lanka.
Ah, Ella. Yeah, beautiful place.
Exactly. And when you think Ella, you probably picture, the amazing scenery. Misty mountains, that famous train journey, loads of hiking.
For sure. That's its reputation, right? Super tranquil, stunning landscapes. You can just imagine, finding a quiet cabin in the woods, sipping tea.
Totally. And look, all of that is definitely true. But there's this whole other side to Ella, maybe a bit unexpected. Yeah, right there alongside all that nature, there's this, surprisingly busy bar, pub, and even nightclub scene. It's really buzzing, especially along the main road, the one everyone just calls Ella Road.
Oh, interesting. So it's got this kind of duality, the peaceful nature stuff, and then a proper social scene, too.
That's exactly it. And that's what we're diving into today. We're using an article called List of Bars, Nightclubs, and Restaurants in Ella, Sri Lanka. It's by Travel Nomad on Travel Snappy.
Right. So our mission really is to sort of map out this maybe lesser known side of Ella for you.
Yeah, we want to dig into the source and show you that Ella's got more going on than just, amazing hikes. It's about figuring out where you'd go for a chill drink after walking all day, or maybe where to catch some music.
Or even where to properly dance if you're feeling it.
Exactly. Yeah. And why should you, our listener, care? Well, it means Ella isn't just one thing. You don't have to pick between quiet nature time and having a bit of fun socially.
You can actually do both. It offers options, depending on your mood, your energy level, whatever you fancy doing after exploring. And a lot of it seems centered on that main Ella Road.
It really does feel like the heart of it.
And it kind of reflects how Ella's changing, doesn't it? It still has that classic laid-back backpacker feel, the simple, authentic spots.
Like Matey Hut. Everyone raves about their food, proper local stuff, super simple. That feels very Ella.
Totally. That's the charm. But then, alongside that, you're starting to see, fancier places pop up.
Right, like the big resorts, or those places getting international attention. Like Ravana Pool Club or Cafe Chill everyone talks about.
Exactly. That mix means it's appealing to more people now, not just the hardcore backpackers, but folks looking for different kinds of experiences too.
Okay, so let's get into the social scene then. Where do you go when the sun goes down? Or maybe even before? Just for a drink and a chat. The article makes it sound like there are tons of bars, and lots of them do food too.
Yeah, the lines blur a bit. You've got plenty of spots just to unwind, hang out, soak up the atmosphere. The source picks out a few key ones. Maybe start with Cafe UFO, Ella, often just called UFO.
UFO, okay, interesting name. What's the feel there?
Lively. Definitely got some energy. The source gives a big thumbs up to their cocktails, actually mentions spicy margaritas specifically.
Wait, spicy margaritas? Up in the hills of Sri Lanka. Okay, now that's the kind of surprise detail I like.
I know, right? Shows they're having a bit of fun with it. Now the food, it gets described as so-so or perfectly fine.
Okay, so not the main event.
Probably not. What really makes UFO stand out, according to the source, is the entertainment. They have live music, which gets this brilliant description, questionable yet very enjoyable.
Questionable yet very enjoyable. I love that. It sounds maybe a bit rough around the edges, but fun. What's questionable about it?
Often it seems to be synth covers or maybe electronic versions of classic songs. So, tunes you recognize, but with this different electronic vibe.
Okay, I can picture that.
It's not about being musically perfect, more about the atmosphere, the fun. So yeah, the main takeaway for UFO is it's a music-first kind of bar. Go for good drinks, a guaranteed lively night, even if the covers are a bit out there.
Kind of like that, embracing the slightly weird entertainment. Okay, now let's switch gears completely. Say you've just hiked up Little Adams Peak, it's right nearby, and you want something, a bit more polished, maybe even luxurious.
Right. Then you'd probably be looking at 98 Acres Resort and Bar. This is definitely on the higher end for Ella.
Okay. What's the vibe like there?
Very upscale, stunning views, obviously, and really relaxing. The source uses the phrase cool beach bar vibes, which is kind of funny for the mountains, but you get the idea.
Yeah, it suggests that sort of relaxed, stylish feel you get at a nice beach place, but transplanted.
Exactly. And the drinks list is huge. Wines, spirits, cocktails. They even have these tipsy tea mocktails and loads of tea, naturally, given the setting.
Makes sense.
It's all part of the bigger resort dining scene there. They've got a poolside bar too. But honestly, the main reason you go, the absolute highlight, it's the ambiance and those views. Just breathtaking.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sipping something nice while looking out over that Ella landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that sounds like an experience in itself, a proper destination bar.
Totally. And the design fits in beautifully. They use recycled railway sleepers, thatched roofs. It feels luxurious, but still connected to nature. Price-wise, though, yeah, it's definitely higher end.
How high are we talking?
Well, the article gives a hint by mentioning the cost for a pool pass, like 16,000 LKR for 4 people for 4 hours. So that gives you a ballpark for the sort of prices you might expect for drinks and things there, too.
Okay, so a definite treat, maybe for the view and the fancy setting. What if you want something more, I don't know, grounded, more like a friendly local pub?
Then Ella Tavern sounds like a good shout. The vibe there is described as friendly, relaxed, lots of local charm. Communal, social sounds like another good spot after a day out walking.
The kind of place where it's easy to chat with people?
Seems like it, yeah. Like a proper neighborhood pub, just un Ella. They've got a big drinks menu, local Sri Lankan beers, international stuff, cocktails, snacks too.
And the look and feel.
Apparently quite rustic, reflecting Ella's character.
Cozy.
Cozy with outdoor seating that has views.
Oh, nice. Do they have music or anything going on?
Yep. Regular live music and themed nights adds to that social, friendly feel. It just sounds like a really welcoming, easygoing kind of place. And they keep pretty regular hours, mostly 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Got it. The classic friendly local. Okay, and sticking with Ella's main theme, there's actually a place called the Hiking Bar and Restaurant.
Huh. Yeah, can't get much clearer than that, can you?
Yeah.
It's definitely aimed at hikers, supposed to have a great atmosphere.
What do they offer?
Signature drinks, and a pretty varied food menu using fresh local stuff. It mentions both traditional Sri Lankan dishes and international things, like a smash burger and avocado pasta.
Avocado pasta.
Yeah.
After a hike. That sounds surprisingly good, actually.
I thought so too. And yeah, they do entertainment as well, live music, especially on Fridays apparently, and a DJ playing excellent music, according to the source.
Sounds lively.
Yeah, and the place itself sounds quite unique, like 650 square meters of handcrafted decor. They call it an exclusive haven of greenery. And of course, views.
Views seem to be a running theme.
Definitely. So yeah, Hiking Bar seems positioned as that perfect all-in-one spot after you've been active food, drinks, music, views, the lot.
Okay, so we've got the quirky music spot, the fancy view spot, the friendly local, and the hiker's haven. But the article lists way more places too, doesn't it?
Yeah, tons. It really shows the variety. Let me see. The White Rabbit Mandala Cafe and Bar, Shashika Viewpoint Juice Bar, Treehouse Cafe and Bar, Cafe Ciela, Udayanga Pub Ceylon, Beyond Nomad Cafe, Pool Hut Tiki Bar Ella, On the Rocks Bar, The Hill, 180 Degree.
Wow, okay. A lot of choice.
And some really unique ideas in there too, like something called Cycle Pub Ella, which is apparently open 204/7, a pub themed around cycling, open all the time.
A 247 cycle pub. Okay, that's niche, but it shows there's some real creativity bubbling up in Ella's scene.
Totally.
Yeah.
And like you said, that recurring theme, unsurprisingly, is the amazing views many of these places offer. They really make the most of the setting.
Yeah, the social scene seems really woven into the landscape there.
Definitely.
Right, so maybe you've had a few drinks, enjoy the view, heard some music, but you're not quite ready to call it a night. Now, Ella's known for being chill, maybe not a huge party town globally.
Yeah, it's not like Ibiza or anything.
But the article says the town does offer a slightly more lively atmosphere if you do want to stay out late.
Oh, absolutely. It might not be famous for it worldwide, but Ella definitely has places specifically for late night partying. The source highlights a couple of main contenders.
Okay, where do the night owls end up?
Well, Cafe One Love seems pretty unique. Its biggest thing, the reason it's called the all-night epicenter of fun is that it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Whoa, 2047. That's really something. How does that even work?
It basically shifts roles throughout the day and night. It's a restaurant, it's a bar, it's a party spot. It's got 3 floors, apparently, each with a dance floor.
3 dance floors.
Yeah, but it also has chill zones, places with pool tables, swing beds, sofas, bean bags, so you can kind of choose your vibe. Plus, you get views over Ella Town.
So you could genuinely just hang out there anytime, have breakfast, come back for drinks, stay for a dance.
Pretty much. The menus, diverse pizza, rice and curry, vegan stuff. Big drinks list too. The source raves about the amazing cocktails. And the atmosphere changes, can be chilled earlier, then turns into this pulsating heart of nightlife with electric vibes.
That was intense.
They have regular DJs, live music. Seems like their whole thing is good vibes only. People mention the graffiti art and these cool swinging chairs on one of the floors. It just sounds incredibly versatile, catering to pretty much anyone, anytime.
Cafe One Love sounds like a whole destination in itself. But is there anything more like a traditional nightclub?
Yes, definitely. That would be the Journey nightclub. It's actually part of the Cafe Chill complex, which is already super popular, so it uses that name recognition.
Ah, okay, connected to Cafe Chill.
Yeah, and it bills itself as the only proper nightclub in Ella.
Proper nightclub.
Yeah.
Okay, setting expectations there. What's it like?
Well, the goal is electrifying nightlife, Ella's premier disco club. So focus on music, top-notch stuff, mix of local and international hits. And the decor is meant to be vibrant, really encourage dancing.
And late night, like Cafe One Love.
Even more focused on the late night, maybe. It's only open Thursday to Sunday, but it goes from 9 p.m. right through till 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Okay, that's serious stamina required.
For sure. This is for the dedicated party crowd. The source has some useful tips too. Get there early, like before 10 p.m. because it gets packed. Wear comfy clothes for dancing. And maybe check if they have themed nights or special DJs on.
Right, so that's Ella's answer to a dedicated disco.
Pretty much. Leveraging that Cafe Chill connection.
Okay, so we have the 257 multi-vibe place and the late night club. Now, before we move on from venues, the source also mentions Ravana Pool Club again. It's mostly daytime hours, right?
Yeah, Ravana Pool Club, that's the one by 98 Acres, is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So yeah, not a nighttime bar or club, but it's still a really important part of Ella's whole social scene. It's actually Sri Lanka's first ever international pool club.
Wow, okay. So that adds a totally different element, doesn't it? Like a luxury day club culture.
Exactly. It really shows how Ella's tourism scene is developing, bringing in that kind of upscale daytime party vibe. Think infinity pools, jacuzzis, fancy daybeds, bars, food, all with those insane views of Little Adams Peak and Ella Rock.
Yeah, they have events too.
Yeah, they host pool parties, have music playing. It just broadens the whole range of social experiences you can have in Ella beyond just evenings and nights.
It really sounds like Ella's got something for pretty much any time of day, any mood. Chill drinks, late night dancing, luxury pool lounging.
It's definitely got more layers than people might first think.
Okay, so for anyone listening who's now thinking about hitting Ella's social scene, any key practical tips from the source?
Yeah, a few good pointers. Firstly, reservations. Might be worth booking ahead for the really popular spots, like anything linked to Cafe Chill, or if you're a bigger group wanting specific seats.
Some places just walk in.
Yeah, like Matey Hut is walk-in only. But for others, booking might be smart, especially for prime time. And definitely essential if you want something like a daybed at Ravana Pool Club.
Good tip. What about money? Cards or cash?
Crucial one. Bigger places, resorts, they'll likely take cards. But lots of the smaller, more local spots might be cash only. The source mentions Matey Hut and another place, Little Folly, as examples. So, rule of thumb. Always have some Sri Lankan rupees on you.
Don't get caught out. And price-wise, we've heard it's quite a spectrum.
Huge range. From really budget-friendly options right up to those higher-end, tourist-focused prices at the resorts and pool clubs. Good to have a rough idea beforehand.
And check the opening hours. We've seen they're all over the place.
Totally. 247 spots, places only open late on weekends, daytime clubs, bars closing mid-evening. Definitely double-check before you head out.
Okay. And moving between these places, is it easy?
The town center itself, especially along that main Ella Road, is super walkable. Great for bar hopping. But if you're going to places a bit further out, like 98 Acres maybe, you'll need a tuk-tuk. They're everywhere.
Easy enough to grab one. One last thing. Yeah. What about food options for different diets, like vegetarian or vegan?
Oh, yeah. Ella seems fantastic for that. Lots of places across the board offer really good veggie and vegan options. Some spots, like Little Folly, even specialize in it. So yeah, plenty of choice there.
That's great to know.
So just bringing it all together for you, the listener, Ella presents this really surprisingly rich and varied social scene that sits right alongside its incredible natural beauty.
Yeah, it's not an either-or situation.
Not at all. You can spend your days hiking and seeing waterfalls, and then your evenings could be anything from a quiet beer with an amazing view to catching some quirky live music or dancing till the early hours.
Plus that whole luxury daytime pool club thing now, too.
Exactly. It just adds this really dynamic layer to the whole Ella experience. It's not just somewhere to look at the scenery, it's a place you can really engage with, whatever your mood or the time of day.
It really does sound like a complete experience.
It certainly seems that way.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Ella's bars, pubs, and clubs, wow, we've covered a lot. From those chill local spots and the bars with incredible views, right through to the 247 places and the dedicated nightclubs.
It really paints a picture of how Ella has grown beyond just being that peaceful nature escape. It's offering a much fuller package to visitors now.
Absolutely. So maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Thinking about this dual nature of Ella, how do you think this fast-growing, really diverse nightlife scene, bringing international ideas like that pool club, having 247 venues, proper dance clubs, how might that actually change the feel, the whole character of Ella in the future?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? For a town celebrated for being so chill and laid back, what does this energetic, constantly evolving social scene mean for its identity moving forward?